Good morning, everybody. I'm here with the amazing psychic Liz Cross. How are you doing today?
I am fabulous. How are you, Mr. Photon?
Doing well, doing well. So we have our weekly kind of crypto roundup where we go through everything from the small altcoins all the way up to Bitcoin, which we'll look at the second part of this video and everything in between. We do have listener requests that we usually do at the beginning of the video. So if you want to contribute to that, you need to become a member with us. If you go to Patreon/remote viewing and beyond, you can sign up to our group. And it's a few dollars a month. You get access to our Patreon and our Discord where you can ask questions and make requests for Cryptos to Pro or whatever. We do a lot of different types of content on the channel. And so you can hop in my room. I have my own room for health and for crypto. And Mr. Shakespeare has his room. You can take questions with him and also Mr. Reality. So come join our gang. And it's only a few dollars a month to support everything we do here. So we do appreciate that. I also have a tip jar if you personally appreciate what I do. It's in the comments below. So much thanks to everybody that's chipped in on that over the months and years. And let's kind of get into this. We'll start with some listener requests. So I was actually already meaning to probe this, and it came up on the Discord. I mentioned someone was mentioning that they're using MEXC, which is an exchange, and I'd mentioned that I'd seen some rumors going around that there's some trouble going on in the background. And to be honest, like they have a bad reputation for a lot of different things anyways, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was something going on there. But I saw this tweet and we just never got around to probing it. But people were asking me on the Discord if they use the exchange and they're wondering, should they avoid it? So the company is called MEXC, um, MEXCS, and the person here that was, writing a review here on Twitter, they were saying that their reserves might be over collateralized. They're saying that they saw some evidence of that. I'm not sure how, but that means that they might be taking the money, right, and lending it out, money that they don't have, or depositors' money or whatever else, right? So technically, there could be a situation if there was a run on the exchange, everybody tried to, withdraw their money at once, right? They wouldn't have enough to give out to everybody, and we know that's the case all across the board for a lot of these exchanges. Nobody's probably has 100% reserves, but they're saying that these guys might be a lot lower than you would want. So let's find out if there's any truth to that. If we can, I don't know who we're gonna grab. Do we just probe the exchange, or do we ask the probing
Hmm.
exchange? What do you think?
Yeah, we can grab the exchange. And who's the exchange?
Mex C. So I'll bring up a picture of
Lexi.
them right now so you can kind of this thing's in my way.
Okay.
Let's see. So
Very dodgy.
yeah, this is Mex C official here. Yeah. So yeah, we want to know how much of their reserves are they keeping on hand of depositors' money, like percentage wise.
How much of the reserves are you keeping on hand? 0%.
So is that because they are lending the money out or using it for something else? Like,
Are you using it for that? This is a criminal outfit.
yeah. So it's honestly it's got a really bad reputation. They're based in Asia, and there is like, there's always been rumors of, and probably evidence too, of like crime, you know, laundering money through their system and everything like that. And there was some shady thing that happened recently where they moved their operations to another country, kind of hush hush. I don't know. I've just heard a lot of stories about people getting their money trapped on there because maybe they
Hmm.
made a lot of money on something and then they go to try and take it out and all of a sudden there's a KYC issue and they can't identify themselves. A lot of Americans will use MEXC because you can use it with a VPN even though you're not supposed to. But if you win a bunch of money and then you try and take it out, they may flag your account and be like, you better KYC it. We're not giving you the money. So I've heard a lot of stories like that. The other thing I've heard too is, well, I've seen it on the chart. When sometimes there's these bad days in the markets, and if you're leverage trading, I've seen the price go down way lower on MEXC than it is on other exchanges, meaning they're liquidating all these traders because they can't cover their positions probably, or they're making fees or whatever it is. Like I saw one day, I can't remember what it was, 4 months ago, the price went down to Bitcoin to like $1,000 or something like that on their
What?
Perk trading exchange, and That's manipulation. Like, they'll say it's a glitch, but I guarantee you that was on purpose. Like,
Wow.
yeah, so I've always stayed away from them just because of all the bad stories I've heard. And you gotta, this is probably not a secret to a lot of people that are in the industry, honestly. So this is just maybe more confirmation towards that they're really risky to use. So you got to do with that information what you will. Can we ask them, will they go the way of FTX anytime soon? In the next year, will they collapse or be insolvent or something like that? Will there be a major event or a hack or something?
No, because they want to keep taking people's money. You can't really get your money out of this thing. And what they're doing is they're taking it and laundering it through property. So they're buying property,
Mhm.
rental property with the proceeds that people are putting in to the exchange.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not
Bad news bears, I'm
not
telling
surprised, honestly. So yeah, you got to do with that information what you will if you use it. There's other
you.
alternatives. I know some people, not to say that I'm endorsing anything, but like the reason that people are using it, I think, is because you can use it non-KYC. But if you're trading, there are other opportunities. Have a look at like Blowfin or yeah, I think Blowfin's a pretty good one to use. I mean, nothing's super safe, but I think you're better off with Blowfin. We can look at that quickly if you want. This is just
Okay.
it's not like an exchange really that you're buying spot assets with, although you can. It's more of a leverage trading platform. That's how people use it. But what do we think of Blowfin Exchange? If we can grab them.
Bluefin Exchange. Very small.
Yeah, they're a very small operation, and that's what allows them to be non-KYC. As soon as they get bigger, they will be underneath the laws of all the countries that they want to operate. So because they're still a small operation, that's why you can trade on there from the US still in certain states. Um, but I think you might have to use a VPN in some states, but I think it's going to be a little better of an option than XC. So far, they
Hmm.
have a good reputation, but that could change, obviously. So, but do you
I
see?
don't, I don't feel, sorry, I don't feel that they want to screw people over.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything bad from them yet. So for right now, it might be a better option than using Mexi at least. But again, guys, not your keys, not your coins. If you put money on these exchanges, you're giving up your value to this company to secure it, and things can go wrong because you're not in control of it. So, it's the same old kind of story. But I think it might be a little bit better than Mexi, at least for the time being, if you do that sort of thing, right? Okay. So that's good to know. The next request we have is for a company which I've never heard of called Nat Gold Digital. And it looks like they're a company that hasn't really launched their crypto product yet, but they're saying that they have gold mines that they're going to back their cryptocurrency, or they're going to something like that, something along those lines. So I don't know a lot about them, honestly, but that's kind of what I quickly read about them. So if we can grab Nat Gold Digital,
Net
get a
gold.
feel.
Okay, no, it's not ready yet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's launched or anything yet. Um, do you get any like good energy, bad energy from this company? Are they going to do what they say they're going to do?
And that is what are they going to do? Mine gold?
I think they're going to have some gold mines that exist to kind of back their digital currency, or maybe they're going to put gold on the blockchain or something like that. But they're claiming that they're acquiring these gold mines, I think. Can ask Grok what they do. Maybe
I'm getting a no.
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
getting a no. Like,
You get like anything they have positive intentions, negative intentions.
I think that they have positive intentions.
Okay.
I think that they would ultimately like to do what they say they're going to do,
Mhm.
but once they start getting in the thick of it, they will find that there's too much corruption
Mm.
and there's too much regulation and there's just too much. You know, you got to have people to work the mines. You got to have people, you got to pay. Listen, I'm getting this so strongly. If you want to have a gold mine in, you know, another country, you've got to pay off the government, the corrupt governments, just to be able to operate, because they
Oh, yeah.
can close your mine down at any time. This is what I'm pulling.
Yeah, it's high risk.
I
Like even in the
just,
traditional market,
mhm.
like if you're investing in like the miner stocks, it's high risk because they're all those things you just mentioned can happen to the companies. So
And I've never even heard of that before, but I'm getting that so strongly. Like they are way out of their league with this.
okay.
They would be better off buying physical gold and storing it. But they don't want to do that. They're trying to say we're taking money to make more money. So we're basically going to take your money, we're going to invest it on your behalf,
Yes.
and we're going to make you more money. They don't understand what it takes to run this operation. Like they really don't. They are so out of their league here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's nothing, I don't know if there's anything you can invest in yet, or they're taking stuff now to invest. I'm not sure how that's working, but just be wary of that if you're interested in this project. I mean, honestly, I don't know a lot about this project, but there's been a few in the past that have similar, not the same, but similar kind of intentions, and they have all folded. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
they've tried to like, be connected to like gold mines and then back a currency with gold and still like physical gold and silver. Like there's been a bunch of scams that have come out like with that model. Not to say these guys are. It sounds like their intentions might be good. They just might have bitten off more they can chew. But just be wary of every time I see like a model like this, I'm like, oh, I've seen this one before. So
Yeah, I'm just getting like they're way over their head.
yeah,
It's just so out of their league. See, what I am also getting is, you know, those types of operations are reserved for very prominent families, very prominent businesses that have been in this business like 100, 200 years, right?
it's a lot.
You cannot compete with them. They will take you out.
Right.
And I'm just getting that so strongly. Like you cannot touch it, right? Are dominant
Right.
and they own all the mines, and unless it's like a mine that has never been discovered before and you own the land, you can forget it.
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of different things that can go wrong there. Okay.
I don't even think this thing's gonna launch.
Yeah, so be wary if you're investing. That's what I would say. Okay, let's move on to the next request. This one is for a coin on the base chain. It's called Sogni AI. I think that's how you say it. Not sure. Sogni.
Okay.
How well does, if we can grab the programmer for Sogni, how well it does over the next um, 5 months on a scale of 1 to 10, where it is now to its ultimate price peak.
It's a 3.
Okay, it's 3. Sorry, I'm just getting my pen. I realized I didn't have my pen and paper ready. Sogni. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let's move down the list here. This one's called Jelly My Jelly on
Okay.
Solana. I'm gonna get you the contract address because there's a couple of jellies out there, as we'll see. This one ends in XD4 pump. Jelly My Jelly. How well,
Jelly, my jelly.
according to the jelly programmer, how well does it do over the next 5 months on a scale of 1 to 10?
Jelly, my jelly. That's a 5.
Okay. This one is called KNet or KingNet AI. If we could ask the programmer for KingNet how well it does over the next 5 months on a scale of 1 to 10.
KingNet AI. Let's go. No, that's a 2.
Okay. This one is called Kitten Coin on Solana. How well does Kitten Coin do over the next 6 months or 5 months, according to the programmer of Kitten Coin?
Kitchen coin, how well does? Mm-mm.
Mhm. Okay.
No, that's a two.
Okay. This one is called Resolve on Ethereum Resolve with a V. How well does it do according to the Resolve program over the next 5 months on a scale of 1 to 10?
Scale of 10, how well does resolve do? Excellent. That's a five.
Okay. This one's called Replicat. RCAT on base chain. Replicat. Can we grab the programmer for Replicat? Ask how well it does over the next 5 months on a scale of 1 to 10.
That's a four.
Okay. This one's called In Real Life Coin, otherwise known as
Hmm.
IRL. In Real Life Coin. How well does it do according to the programmer over the next 5 months on a scale of 1 to 10?
A scale of 1 to 10, how well does it do? That's a three.
Okay. This one's a different jelly. This one's jelly time. It's peanut
Oh
butter and
my
jelly
God.
time, as your kids might know. All right.
Let's see. No, that's a, let's see, jelly. There's more.
Yeah, I'll get you the contract. There's a few jellies out there.
Yeah, there's more than one jelly times.
So it ends in FAU pump.
FAU pump program. Okay. Jelly time. How now that scores higher, but you got to get in quick. It's a seven.
Okay. Yeah, it just came out, so I mean, this thing could dump tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised, right? It's only been out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, so
Ah,
it's brand spanking new. All right. Well, is there any longevity on it? Sounds as
no, none whatsoever.
none whatsoever. All right, so it's very high risk. All right, no longevity. Yeah, you gotta. I don't even know. It could be down and dead by the time we get this video out, so be careful with that. Okay, let's move on. This is a request for Ferret Coin.
Hmm.
FEC is the ticker on Solana. How well does Ferret Coin do over the next 5 months on a scale of 1 to 10 from where it is now, according to the Ferret Coin programmer?
It's a three.
Okay. This one's called Simon's Cat. It's on Binance Smart Chain. If we can grab the programmer for Simon's Cat and ask how well it does over the next 5 months on a scale of 1 to 10.
That's a two.
Okay. And we have here, we'll do one more before we bring it over to the other side. This one's called Tanaki, The Illusion of Life on Solana. How well does The Illusion of Life Tanaki do over the next 5 months according to the programmer for it?
Tanaki do. According to the record, how does it do? Tanaki. It's a five.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we're gonna take it over to the second part of this video. We'll continue with a few altcoins, a few more requests I think we still have. And we're going to do the forecast for Bitcoin as usual with Mr. Shakespeare's astrological charts. We're actually, now that we're getting to the end of the year close, we're going to take a look at the future a little bit farther out. And we'll do that every once in a while just to kind of we get better readings probably the closer we get to certain dates, but I think it's good every once in a while to get a longer term forecast. Like as an example, in the past, we've always kind of gotten that the end of the year, this year is going to be the best time of this year, at least, anyways.
Mhm.
So we should probably take a little bit farther look out to see what's happening after that, and we'll keep up with that, over the months as we get closer to that, as well as we have in the past, and that's worked out pretty well, I think, for us. So if you want to find out what's going to happen in terms of Bitcoin forecast, short term, long term, you want to see the second part of this video. You need to become a member on our Patreon. So go to Patreon/remote viewing and beyond. It's a few dollars a month. You get access to our Discord and you see all of the YouTube content that's not on YouTube publicly. So yeah, we hope to see you over there. I'll just leave you that I do crypto consults for beginners and intermediates and advanced, wherever level you are, I can meet you there. Um, and I don't think we're done yet for this cycle yet. So I think there's still a lot of runway. We'll find out in the next video, but I have a feeling there's a lot more coming. So I don't think it's never too late to get your education up front if you feel that you don't have some skills or you want to acquire some skills. Reach out to me at my email. It's digitalfreedomtactics@protonmail.com.
Yes, absolutely. And before we go, let's call a hit on that
Oh,
world,
yes.
what is it, Liberty coin?
World Liberty Financial. So in the last video, I think it was the last video, we were probing that a few days before it launched here on Monday, September 1st. And, we got that it was going to be a, pump and dump and that, they were going to make a lot of money. The family were basically just going to be selling into that. And, we got the headlines yesterday that the Trump portfolio is now up $5 billion after the
Mm-hmm.
launch. So that's actually their crypto holdings now are worth more than their real estate holdings.
Wow.
Yeah, so they've outperformed their entire real estate portfolio since, whatever that was, the 80s or whatever, right? So it's working out for them, that's for sure.
And that's what we got in
Yeah,
the last probe that we did. Now, those of you that are listening to the public, we did it on that, I believe, a private probe,
yeah.
but we got like they were laughing when I was tapping into them. They were like suckers, and they were laughing because they knew they were going to make an absolute fortune,
Yeah.
and they did.
Yeah. And
And
anybody that got
people
in
fell
that
for it.
pre-sale, yeah, anybody that got into the pre-sale, they made out with a lot of money too if they sold. So all the insiders and all of the people that were lucky enough to get into the pre-sale definitely made out like bandits. Um, Now yeah, they're making money and dumping on the public on the outside, but what are they doing with that money? They're reinvesting that back into like Ethereum and Bitcoin because that's what they're holding in this fund. So the good news for the entire market is that they have a vested interest for their $5 billion portfolio to go even higher by holding some of the bigger coins. So that's another thing to consider as well.
Ah, you mean so they're not just taking the money and out of the market, they're putting it
Right.
back in.
Well, they have huge holdings. The thing that's worth
Mm,
5 billion really is like all the Ethereum that they bought and all the Bitcoin that they bought. Because this fund, this WLFI, holds all of these assets, right, as reserve.
mm,
So the better the market does, the more that $5 billion portfolio goes up.
mm.
So
Wow.
yeah, at least for
Okay.
now, right? They have a vested interest for that number go up. So don't forget that.
Mm.
All right.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
thank you.
no problem. We'll see you on the second part of this video, hopefully.
Awesome.